ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयत्। शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतम्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 15, King Pruthus' Appearance and Coronation, text 17 to 21. Prabhu, I'm seeing on different screen, Prabhu.
Is good?
Not yet. Thank you, Prabhu. Yep. Text 17. दासचन्द्रम् असिं रुद्रा सातचन्द्रं ततम्बिका सोमो मृत्युमयम् अस्वं तस्वरूपाश्रयं प्रतम्. Synonyms: Dasachandram, decorated with 10 moons, Asim sword, Rudra, Lord Shiva, Satachandram, decorated with 100 moons, Tata, in that manner, Ambika, the goddess Durga, Soma, the moon demigod, Amrut, Amruta Mayan, made of nectar, Aswan, horses, Twasta, the demigod, Vishwakarma, Rupa, Ashrayam, very beautiful, Ratham, a chariot. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: Lord Shiva presented him with a sword within a sheath marked with 10 moons, and his wife, the goddess Durga, presented him with a shield marked with 100 moons. The moon demigod presented him with horses made of nectar, and the demigod Vishwakarma presented him with a very beautiful chariot. Text 18. Agnir Agnir Aja Agnir Ajagavam Chapam Suryo Rasmi Mayam Ishun Bhupaduke Yogamaya Do Pushpavalim Anvaham. Synonyms: Agni, the demigod of fire; Agnagavam, made of the horns of goats and cows; Chapam, a bow; Surya, the sun god; Rasmi Mayam, brilliant as sunshine; Ishun, arrows; Bhumi, the predominant goddess of the earth; Paduka, two slippers; Yoga Maya, full of mystic power; Div, the demigods in outer space; Pushpa, of flowers; Avalim, presentation; Anu Aham, day after day. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The demigod of fire, Agni, presented him with a bow made of the horns of goats and cows. The sun god presented him with arrows is as brilliant as sunshine. The predominating deity of Burloka presented him with slippers full of mystic power. The demigods from outer space brought him presentations of flowers again and again. Purport is divine. This verse describes that the king's slippers were invested with mystic powers. Paduka Yoga Maya. Thus, as soon as the king placed his feet in the slippers, they would immediately carry him wherever he desired. Mystic yogis can transfer themselves from one place to another whenever they desire. A similar power was invested in the slippers of King Prithu. Text 19. Natyam Sugitam Vaditram Antardanam Cha Kechara Rishayascha Sahya Samudra Sankam Atmajam. Synonyms: Natyam, the art of the drama; Sugitam, the art of singing sweet songs; Vaditram, the art of playing musical instruments; Antardhanam, the art of disappearing; Cha, also; Ke, Chara, demigods traveling in outer space; Rishaya, the great sages; Cha, also; Ashisha, blessings; Satya, infallible; Samudra, the demigod of the ocean; Shankam conchal, Atmajam produced from himself. Translation: the demigods who always travel in outer space gave King Prithu the arts to perform dramas, sing songs, play musical instruments, and disappear at his will. The great sages also offered him infallible blessings. The ocean offered him a conch shell produced from the ocean. Text 20. सिद् सिन्धवा पार्वता नाद्यो रतावीतिर्महात्मना सुतोतामागधो वन्दी तं शोतं उपता अस्तिरे. Synonyms: Sindhava, the seas; Parvata, the mountains; Nadya, the rivers; Rata Vitihi, the paths for the chariot to pass; Mahatmana, of the great soul; Sudha, a professional who offers praises; Ata, then; Magadha, a professional bard; Vandi, a professional who offers prayers; Tam, him; Shotam, to praise; Upatastire, presented themselves. Translation: the seas, mountains, and rivers gave him room to drive his chariot without impediments, and his Sutta, a Magadha, and a Vandi offered prayers and praises. They all presented themselves before him to perform their respective duties. Text 21. Stavakamsta abhipretya पृथुर्विन्यप्रतापवन् मेघनिर्हादया वाचा Prahasan idam abravit. Synonyms: Stavakan, engaged in offering prayers; Tan, those persons; Abhipretya, seeing, understanding; Prutu, King Prutu; Veya, son of Vena; Pratapa, one, greatly powerful; Megha Niharadhyaya, as grave as the thundering of clouds; Vacha, with a voice; Prahasan, smiling; Idam, this; Abravit, he spoke. Translation: thus, when the greatly powerful King Prithu, the son of Vina, saw the professional before him to congratulate them, he smiled, and with the gravity of the vibrating sounds of clouds, he spoke as follows. Thus ends text 21. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते रमापदस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. I humbly bow down and seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas, so that whatever I can speak here, it's a worthwhile. So once again, thank you so much for giving the opportunity to purify myself, and please forgive me for any shortcomings or misinterpretations. So in this discussion, we have seen in the past few verses, like almost up to 16 verses, uh, we have seen some mystical thing happen from starting of this chapter, like from a dead body, a living entities appeared. I mean, like two living entities. So this living entity is not ordinary living entity. That is king and queen as well. This supreme personality, I mean, like in fact, it's a supreme personality of Godhead. But in general, in this material world, we know that we have experienced that a living entity can give birth to the another living entity, offspring. But with our tiny intelligence, it's very difficult to understand that how a dead body can give birth to his offsprings. From that dead body, uh, Pruthumaraj appeared, that is from churning the hands of Vena's dead body, like, and also along with the partial expansions of goddess of fortune named Archie. So hereafter, I mean, like after his appearance, the great sages and Brahma, they certified that this is the normal living. This is not the normal living entity. It's incarnation of Godhead. And we have seen in the previous verses that Lord Brahma examined certain qualities, and he certified that King Prithu expansion is the expansion of the Godhead, so Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now question: why Supreme Personality of Godhead expanded came from their dead body? Because in the previous chapter we have seen that the reason behind coming of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is that uh, in the previous chapter the king was not the King Veena is not the normal personality. Is the ruling was not good, and he's like too much cruel to the living entities. He did a lot of discrepancies. So that's the reason, in order to counteract that one, the Supreme Person of Godhead appeared. Uh, we have seen, we know that from Bhagavad Gita 4.8, technically, Pavitranaya Shadunam, Vinashaya cha Duskritam, Dharma Samsthapanarthaya, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So the meaning is that to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. So we have this one. This is said by Lord Krishna, but we know that these miscreants are causing disturbance in the presence of Veena. So Supreme Lord wants to eradicate that scenario, that phenomena, that situation. So in general, people become happy when Supreme Personality of Godhead appears. So that's we have seen in previous verses as well. And when that's the reason we celebrate the appearance day, and on that day, uh, uh, all the demigods, they came to see and to congratulate, or to see, to give, to present their gifts to the Prithu Maharaj. So different demigods from different planets, they came and they are offered the respective uh, gifts, and those gifts are not ordinary gifts. Those are very transcendental in nature, and they have the lot of purpose behind the gifts. Like demigod of air, Vayu offered two wigs, Dharma offered flower garland, King Indra helmet, Yamaraja scepter, Brahma protective garment, and Bharati transcendental necklace, Lord Vishnu Sudarshana disc chakra, his wife imperishable opulences, all the way like Lord Shiva, Durga, sun god, demigod of fire, outer space of demigods, flowers, so etc. The respective whatever they have, in order to have the transcendental reciprocation from the Supreme Personal of Godhead, they have offered all these gifts. So each and every gift whatever they offered, those have the lot of mystical power in it. For example, Burloka offered slippers, and these are not ordinary slippers, has a lot of mystic power. In fact, this Srimad Bhagavatam is beyond our human perception, because it's very difficult to understand without any knowledge. But it's we have um, this, each and every gift has its own purpose and tangential effect. And also, in order to understand, it's very difficult. We have seen in the previous chapters that Daksha uh, got like 10,000 children. It's very difficult to understand for us. He's so expert that he can decide uh, number and gender before itself. Even the current today, whatever the technology and science developed, is not capable at all. I mean, like they say after few weeks or after few months, but Daksha is not like that. Daksha is very learned and he knows before itself. So he has got that mystic power. It's very difficult to understand with our material senses. So similarly, uh, a mother can give birth to one entity at a time, or maybe twins. Very rare scenario we see. But whereas Daksha, it's very beyond our comprehension. So similar to that, the slippers offered by Burloka has a lot of mystic power, so that the Prithu Maharaj can travel anywhere and everywhere as he desires. Uh, we have seen in the modern days, in order to travel other countries or overseas, we need a lot of we have a lot of restrictions, and we need to order through the visa, ticket, etc., etc. But whereas King Prithvi's scenario, it's not like that. So different demigods came and they offered different gifts, and each and every gift has its own transcendental message, and they did according to their capacity in order to have the transcendental reciprocation. So similar to that, the lesson we need to learn from here is that when there is an occasion or there is any appearance days, when we offer something, technically every day we need to offer, but on the occasions it has to be very clear and concise. We need to offer to the best of our capacity for our own purification. So but not for the any ulterior motive behind it. So that's the reason in Bhagavad Gita also Lord says in 9.27, यत् करोसि यत् अश्नासि यत् जुहोसि ददासि यत् तपस्यासि कौन्तेय tat kurushva mad arpanam. So whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, or whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. At last, if you are not capable to give any charities or to offer, if we offer our mind to Krishna, that will be great austerity, because mind is very difficult to control and to give to someone. But when we arpanam, when we do that mind to the Krishna, it will be great sacrifice, great gift to the Lord. So in other contexts, in addition to that, when we offer something to the Lord, we need to offer to the best what we have according to our capacity. That is what we always need to remember. And next thing, all these demigods, where they came here, even though they have that capacity, and they offered, and finally they congratulate King Prithu for their uh, technically for their purification. And in that scenario, each and everyone whoever that ceremony, they are very humble in nature. So that's the example we can take here, that when we say that we are a devotee of the Lord, we have to be very humble in nature. We have to be very humble, and we need to cultivate that humility. So how we can cultivate that? Just by rendering service, Srimad Bhagavatam, by reading. That nature will come automatically. That's one of the important character or nature of the devotee. We need to cultivate it. So finally, the great powerful King Prithu uh, professionally appeared for the coronation, and all the demigods congratulated, and lot of sound vibrations happened. And after that, in the following verses, he replied to the demigods, starting from text 22. So I will stop here. Thank you again for the opportunity for my purification. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. Pancha kalpatarubhasya cha kripa sindhubhya eva.